Patch out. Dailies? Dailies are here? Oh, dude. Are you guys ready? Oh, daily challenges. Evade 200 attacks. Oh, that's how they're gonna do it. Why even buff elusive when you can just make a fucking... Okay. Cast 800 spells. Dude, that's so good. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at all these graphics, dude. Proto-Pass. Play games and complete challenges to unlock their... Oh, coming soon. Good prospects. Tastefully adorn your standard with prospecting tools. What? Do we have to buy this? How does this work? Proto-Pass loadout. What is this? TF2? Oh, this is like the same sound as like the like last few seconds drum. Does this spook you guys? It kind of like the first time I heard that, it spooked me. It's like, oh god, I've got to change my stuff. I've been Pavloved. Proto-Pass is free. So what did they? Is this the patch? They just added like this daily thing. Is that like it? Are there any? Where are the patch notes? Are there no patch notes? Is that all we got? What am I missing? Patch notes in top right. Oh, here we go. Update notes. Proto-Pass. Scoreboard UI improved. Okay. Post game now shows items and alliances. I dig it. UI improvements. Expanding on last week's change. Combat continues until all projectiles have completed their travel up to a max of 5 seconds. What projectile even takes 5 seconds to travel? For Lich? Lich buff? Oh yeah, it is a Lich buff. Arrow. That's interesting. It's a very, very small Lich buff. Fix neutrals not displaying stats correctly. Fixed hero stuns with short duration spells like Clockwork's Battery Assault, resetting their attack timers and thus attacking faster than allowed. Okay, so this is a Clockwork buff. Is this actually a big Clockwork buff? That's a big deal, right? Like, that's why Clockwork was so bad, right? Increased accuracy of Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so good. Oh. Apply alliance effects to summons. Wait, what? Wait, what? Does this mean every time a Plague Ward casts a spell, it lifelinks? Wait, what does this mean? Apply alliance effect to summons? Axe silence. Guys, you're getting ahead of us. Like troll attack speed? Wasn't troll attack speed already there? Savage? Did Savage not buff Venom wards? Is it just like stuff like global effects like Savage Plague Wards can get something like the troll attack speed buff? So this is basically useless, right? This doesn't change anything. It's just like Savage buff, like in Wolves would get the warrior bonuses? Are the Wolves warriors? Do Treants now get the assassin buff? Are Treants assassins? What the heck? I think it means the Savage buff was bugged on Wolves. Elementals on Plague Wards? Oh yeah, that's true. If I have 4 Primordials and Venomancer, I can... If my opponent attacks them, they'll get disarmed. Okay. Make Alliance indicators properly dynamic in the UI. Okay, that's good. Warlock Alliance no longer triggers on item activate, just spell activate. This is actually a solid nerf, by the way. This is a bug fix, but this is a big deal. Unironically. Like, the active items on Warlocks is actually a big deal, and now it's no longer there. Fixed Venomancer Dwarves having... Oh, look at this Venomancer buff. Goes from 50% magic resist to 50... I like how... I like to imagine in the code somebody just actually added like a minus. It was just accidentally minus 50%. There we go. Fixed Disruptor Alchemist spells not continuing their effects after their death. Okay, so they buffed these. All right, seems good. Gyrocopter no longer targeting units in the air when casting Call Down. Alright, it's mostly a visual bug. Doesn't really change much. Medusa split shot changed the extra shots from 3 to 2. So a lot of people thought split shots was like... They thought she fired 3 arrows total. She fired 4 arrows total. And now she fires 3. We'll ignore nearby targets that happen to be outside of Medusa. What? Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, so she... Wow! Ooh, that's very interesting. That's a huge nerf to Medusa. Will ignore nearby targets that have to be outside Medusa's attack range. I like this change. It's actually not a nerf. It's actually not that big of a nerf. She mostly wasn't hitting 4 targets with a split shot. Honestly, this is a very small change. But I like this, because it means you have to position her a little bit more intelligently. You can no longer position her in, like, the bottom corner of the board. That's no longer acceptable decent positioning. She's still a good unit. She hasn't basically been changed at all. But you need to... You want to position her, like, not on one of the edge squares of the board. Because she needs extra range now to be able to attack everything. What does this mean exactly? So, Medusa was giving extra arrows to everything that was adjacent to what she was attacking. Even if the extra arrows were hitting something outside of her attack range. But it looks like her AI isn't going to be smart. So she won't step forward to try to hit additional units, which means you have to step her forward yourself. So you're going to want to position her like 1 square closer to the middle from like the outside edge or the outside corner. Honestly, Medusa basically got changed. I looked at this and I was like, ooh, that looks like a big nerf. But the more I think about it, the more this doesn't really change anything. This is still just as good of a hero. It was really rare that you would actually hit that like 4th arrow. It was usually hitting like 3 arrows anyway, so now it's 3 arrows anyway. Axe. Berserker's Call. Since you can't cast spells while being targeted, and so since we are using the silence effect, getting taunted now efficiently silences. What? So does this just change it with like the shaman thing? This doesn't change anything, right? Yeah, it's just for shaman. So shaman and axe now like combo together properly. Fix big time construct, sometime not applying. Interesting. I don't even know that. Aegis. So this is the old Aegis changed. We already knew this already. They just didn't add it in last week's patch notes. Fix Divine Rapier being removed at the start of combat, so that's just a visual change. Tooth and Claw now has a proper duration. Whoa, what? What is it? What is the duration? 3 seconds? Oh, so they nerfed the absolute shit out of this item. Yeah, it was bugged. Tooth and Claw has been bugged this entire time. So it was supposed to last for 3 seconds. That's what it says in the in-game files. But it was lasting until the unit dies. It didn't have a duration. Now it's back to lasting for 3 seconds, which is what it was supposed to do this entire time. So that's a gigantic nerf. That's a big nerf to Tooth and Claw. I shouldn't say gigantic, but it is big. Fix Overline Crash, feels good. Fix Missing Name for Eidolons. Wicked Intent, amplifying regen instead of dampening it. I didn't actually know about this. When was this happening? Fix Crazy Numbers on Healing. Yeah, I saw that. Units blinking using Blink Dagger will clear their active target and reacquire once Blink is done. Okay, very, very good. It's buffed to Blink Dagger. Coordinated Assault Auras don't stack. More than 1 copy. Yeah, okay. So they fixed Coordinated Assault, obviously. I want to point out, this item is still really good. This is still one of the stronger items in the game. It's not really good in this meta right now, because 4 Trolls is pretty bad to run for more than a few rounds in the mid-game. And I mean, obviously, it was bugged to do, like, it's very funny with Coordinated Assault, because 2 weeks ago, it was bugged to do nothing, and then 1 week ago, for the last week, it's been bugged to do, like, 4 times as much as it's supposed to do, and now, finally, and the 2.5 weeks ago, the week before that, it was bugged to, they fixed the bug where it wasn't stacking. This item has been a mess every single week. There's been something else wrong with it. This is the first time, as far as we know, there's nothing wrong with Coordinated Assault. And this item is good. It's very powerful. It probably doesn't work like super well in this meta, but it is like, it's still a really strong item. Fall from Grace. Description change to make it clear that humans turn into Heartless. It does not add Heartless. Okay, makes sense. And then that's it, right? So basically just a lot of bug fixes. Tooth and Claw is now shit. I wouldn't say it's shit. It does feel a lot worse though. It does feel a lot worse. I'm gonna stop respecting this item so much. I didn't really love it, but I liked picking it in the first 3 packs. It does kind of suck. Wicked Intent is still good right now. You kind of have to already pick this when Fall from Grace is already on the board. Coordinated Assault is still good. And Medusa's basically the same. She is technically a bit worse, but not enough to make a difference. I think probably about 5% of her attacks were actually hitting for a 4th arrow, and a 4th arrow is 60% of her attack damage. So when you actually do the math, it's like every like 20 attacks, or roughly, that's a somewhat ass-pulled number, but that's just like roughly what it seems like. Every like 20 attacks, she was getting an extra like additional damage. So basically, her DPS has been decreased by overall something that feels like about 2.5%. 5% low. It was higher than that. Maybe it was higher. It felt really low. I could see it being as high as like 10%. But ultimately, her DPS has not really changed. It also decreases her mana gain. It shouldn't be noticeable now. So, yeah, technically her DPS is lower. And you're going to have to position her closer to things now. She kind of wants to be positioned sort of like Necrophos, in that she wants to be like right behind your front line, basically. Because as far as we know, her AI won't step forward to attack additional things with Split Shot. She'll just keep attacking at the edge of her range, and Split Shot will not be spreading to things. So, I think Medusa is still a very good hero. It's a very minor nerf, all things considered, but the nerf is there. And it looks like that's basically it. Disruptor and Alchemist got buffs. Disruptor's actually interesting. So for a while, Disruptor was not continuing his effect after death, which means you couldn't let your Disruptor die. But now that you can let your Disruptor die, he can position a bit more aggressively. Interestingly enough, this change is actually a buff to a very specific item, which is Shaman Pluck. So now that Disruptor can die and his ult isn't bugged anymore, you can now actually just casually throw in Shaman Pluck. Very unironically, and you can put Disruptor like as your main tank up front. A Disruptor level 2 shouldn't be melted fast enough to ult, and it'll actually chicken a couple of things. 17% is 1 in 6. On like a 1 attack volley from everything, you're gonna chicken like 1.2 of your opponent's units on average. The chicken from Shaman Pluck from Yusu's testing has been seen to be about 1500 milliseconds, so 1.5 seconds, I believe. Interestingly enough, it's coded to last for 3 hops, is what it actually says in the game files. And a hop is about 500 milliseconds. So it's not a long chicken. It's pretty bad. But it's actually sort of viable-ish, right? It's kind of weird. I wonder if lower move speed will make them get chicken longer. Yeah, you're saying that in chat, Cell. You might be right. I wonder if you're under like a move speed slow debuff, the hop will last longer. It'll take you longer to hop around, so the 3 hops might last twice as long. That's interesting. I need to test that. That's kind of cute. But basically, I think this is pickable. It's still not good, but if you suddenly, like, if you get a pretty dead pack and you're not really sure what's good and nothing is good, this is maybe actually pickable. I think I'll probably start looking at this as an actual item now, even if it is still probably bad, because shamans are still bad and you're never going to want to be able to complete Shaman Alliance. Now the question is on everyone's mind is Venomancer. And the problem with Venomancer is still that he's going to lifelink to the Plague Wards, right? I think Venomancer's closer to being good, but if they actually... I don't think he's good yet. But if they make him not lifelink to Plague Wards, I think suddenly this unit will actually be solid. Or decent, at least. I don't think this is good yet. And Warlocks did actually get a noticeable nerf from this, but they kind of got buffed in this other way, Disruptor Alchemist. So ultimately, this isn't a change to like the meta in any way, which is something that's gonna be disappointing to a lot of people, myself included, honestly. But it's mostly just introducing like the Proto-Pass. They said, I believe, that next week's patch is going to be a big, like, or I don't know how big, but that's gonna be where the balance updates come in, and that should shake up the meta in a fairly substantial way. Actually, I wonder if this Clockwork buff is noticeable, because this bug on Clockwork's Better Assault was actually making him feel a lot worse than he should have been. And it looks like that's basically it for all these changes. Oh yeah, Blink can be used on melee now, which is actually nice, because it was super inconsistent before. Yep, and that is all the patch notes. This Lich buff is pretty insignificant, I would say. Show battle pass stuff. It's just this, right? Isn't it just like you gain XP by doing these challenges and then you unlock cosmetics, basically? So it's like daily rewards for XP and the dailies unlock cosmetics, right? That's just it. So I can make my rivals green with envy. When I do a win, I get fireworks, prospecting tools. This is like a cosmetic board, which is pretty cool. And I expect that's going to be out next week, actually, would be my guess. And then here we have a profile ring. That's pretty underwhelming for level 6. Here we go. See you in the morning is another banner. I guess you can just equip like one banner per like that's part of your board that people can see, I guess. Here's Ow. So this is actually a new emote. This is a cosmetic to your yo that will make your yo an ow. And I guess it'll have like voice lines for ow. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to unlocking this one. That's actually that sounds really funny. Just more cosmetics. This is a teleport effect. Ooh, so like when your units will kind of like die and come back, it'll be like this keg thing. Okay. It's another frame. There's another banner. You're on fire. Oh, I see. I get it. I get why they removed the fire effect now. It was all for this. It all makes sense to me now. You gotta make it something your players have to work for. Otherwise, where's that sense of pride? Where's that sense of accomplishment? Come on, Gaben. An Oi. Oh, dude, there's Oi. Dude, I like that there's cosmetics for Yo. That's actually pretty cool. More crafted frames. Fireworks effects. So here's like the endgame fireworks. So it looks like there's like the standards, there's the teleport effects. Here's the hot. Okay. Can I see? I guess I can't like demo the actual voice lines. Can I demo like these effects? It's just, if I click on it, it just makes the picture bigger. Wow, that's... I guess they'll probably make it demo the effect. There's a teleport. Okay. Ooh. What the heck? Oh, that's kind of cute. Beep boop. Click the lock. It does nothing.
Hot.
Ooh.
That's hot.
Oh, that's hot.
Hot. Hot. Hot. That's hot. Hot. Hot.
Are these all female?
That's hot. That's hot. 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 Ooh, that's hot.
Weren't there a lot of male yos?
Oi. 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 Oi.
There's some male ois. Why are all the hots female?
Hot. Hot.
Oh no, that was a male.
That's hot.
Oh, that's hot. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of cute that they have all that there. Coming soon. I guess you can't see this. You guys have probably already seen this. It's been leaked in a lot of places like Reddit and Twitter. You guys have seen like this like board map. It'll be cool when there's like cosmetic board. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to getting some of this XP, completing my daily challenges. Okay. Let's do ow. Oh yeah, I haven't done ow yet. Fine. Is that a little quiet for you guys? All right, guys. All right, back to the climb. We've dicked around enough.